1, 2, yeah.
Today on Crush Yoga's G Parts, we're going to talk about...
honey. I thought you were going to weld this video to the other one.
No, it's going to be separate videos. So there's a fix-it video, and then there's inventory videos.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to marriage. So we're going to talk about a TJ door. TJ is Wranglers from 1997 to 2006. There's a couple differences between 1997 to 02 and then 2003 to 2006, but we don't really have to address those today. This is a earlier 97 to 02 door. It came in on a Jeep and wouldn't open, and we ended up having to cut the striker in the door to get it to open because nothing would work in it, and we couldn't get the panel off because the seat was in the way. So first thing we're going to do is, you can see that the inside latch was actually missing, and the rods that actuate the door latch that releases it to open didn't work at all. We tried everything with it. That's why we ended up cutting the latch. See this right here? This is what is left of the door striker inside the Jeep. So we're going to figure out how to get this out and get these latches working and replace this latch right here. The tools you'll need are a T15 torque bit, and everyone loves torque bits who owns Jeeps. You've probably broken dozens of them by now. If you haven't worked on your Jeep, you will be breaking dozens of them, okay? A lot of people hate them, but it is what it is. It's Jeep stuff.
What's the name of it?
It's a torque bit, T-O-R-X, Torques.
Okay.
So we'll take the, you have to take the inside pull off because these screws actually also hold the panel to the door itself. There's a bracket inside. When we take them off, I like to use a magnetic cup because this stuff is really easy to lose. All those little parts and pieces. Take those off, take those off. There's one over here on the side. It doesn't always come all the way out. All right, there's two on the bottom. Usually, thing is, these Jeeps are 20 plus years old. Sometimes the screws will be missing. Sometimes people will have put their own stuff in there, so you never know what you're gonna get. Jeeps are like a box of chocolates.
A box of what?
Chocolates.
Chocolates. Like Boston.
Like Tom Cruise in what's the movie?
Whatever.
Yeah,
Go back
okay.
to Jeep.
Whatever. So behind your window crank is a little metal clip that you have to pull out to release it. If you're lucky, it's on this side, and it's on the other side. We're not lucky. Yeah, if it's underneath this part, it's a pain in the butt to get to, but it's got to be done. Come on. Try not to poke yourself with your little tool. Of course, it never goes well when you're on camera. Use the little curved one.
Try not to poke yourself. You poke yourself all the time.
No comment. There we go. So this little clip, it loves to shoot across the room and go into a little dark area, never to be seen again. It goes where that one sock went also that you've lost sometime in your life. And then this just pulls right off. You know, take all the little parts and pieces off because you're going to lose them if you don't. And again, I'll just throw that in there. So with all of those out, now the door panel will just pull off. Yeah, I can feel already some of the retaining clips in the back are snapped off because it's loose. Voila. And then it wiggles up out of the window channel itself. There's a plastic piece in there that holds the gasket. Voila. Yeah, as you can see, it's missing clips, broken clips, missing clip. Well, the rest of them are there. That's a miracle. But besides being filthy, the panel's actually in pretty good shape. It's not cracked like they usually are. And then the other thing that these, we don't want to lose these. These are what those screws went into. I take this off because we're probably going to need to get into this latch area to work on it, and you don't want to be scraping and cutting your hand and arm all over this. That's going to happen in other places anyway. So we'll take off that inner bracket. That is what your inside pull or interior handle screws into, is these 2 points. Watch these. These love to get lost also. I'm just going to hold that there. So this is just a Phillips head. Again, in the magnetic bowl, and I'll just put that to the side. So now we can see what's going on inside. This is like a moisture barrier, even though the doors rot anyway. And something that I like to do that helps a lot when you're working on doors is, I think this Jeep is from '99, so it's like 26 years old. So probably this hasn't been oiled in 26 years. And lots of times when I go into a door, they don't work because everything's sticky and rusty and crappy, shitty, whatever. And just oil fixes the mechanism. But I'm going to put the window up because I don't want to spray oil all over the window. We actually want to sell this door to someone, and we want it to be, you know, in good condition. And just some WD-40 or PB Blast or whatever you like. And I'll spray inside the mechanism where all the moving metal parts touch each other. And I'll even also spray inside the latch mechanism. And if we're lucky, we can get this to work from inside. Yeah, that's the lock. Yeah, the lock part is, I wonder if it's stuck in the lock position. Yeah, I think someone put this door together. I'm going to pull the lock, the retaining clip off of this rod that runs up to the outside lock. This latch might be shot. It is not moving. So let's try the actual, yeah, you hear that? It's hanging up inside. So I can't really reach. No, I can actually. And I'm gonna get my light and I'll show you up inside here. Yeah, look up inside there. Can you see that? That is the outside latch handle, and that portion where the bar sticks down, and that other piece, lots of times that gets rusted, and it doesn't want to move. And even just a little simple WD-40 or whatever oil can help fix it. So let me spray that. It's not doing anything. All right, I'm gonna work on this rod here. There, it's actually moving now. Crazy, huh? Wouldn't even move before. Not doing anything, but it's moving. I think we're going to need a latch in this door. Yeah, this latch might be shot. Yeah, I can see there's plastic that surrounds this metal piece inside the latch, and it's all cut up and sticking all over the place. It might be holding the latch from actually working. There it goes. This rod is out of adjustment. There, come on. You want to come out of there? Come on. Voila! Almost took out my hot assistant. So I think that rod's actually out of adjustment because when I actually force it down to where it should go, this rod is no, that's part of the door striker that we cut out of the Jeep in order to get the door.
Oh, so you're not using it anymore.
I'm gonna donate it to the little round file over there. Yeah, this rod is definitely out of adjustment. I just pushed it all the way up to where I think it should be. Now we can see door's locked. And now it opens. I mean, I gotta get all that plastic stuff out of there. I think we can save this latch if we take all this plastic coating off of the jaw part that locks and holds the door shut around the striker. So I'm gonna actually take this latch out of the door to work on it because it's gonna be a lot easier. These retainers sometimes don't want to come off. They've been on there over 20 something years. Yeah, see that? You don't want to move, do you? Yeah, screwdriver time. Our favorite pry bar. There we go. And then push the rod out. And then that other rod that I just put in, take that out of there. The lock connecting rod is already disconnected. So over on this side, there's 3 torque bolts that hold it in place. I believe they're a T30. So where's my 30? There's a 30. So I'm going to bring a couple different torque bits.
On this side or the other side?
You can come over here and look. So you can see these right here. There's 3, 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. Those hold the latch in the door. See? There we go. The latch is free. Oh, I forgot the other lock rod. Let's pull that off of there. It's way easier when yeah, that wasn't smart. I should have pulled it off before I disconnected the latch from the door. I got 3 tools out here and I'm already losing them. There we go. So this latch, you kind of got to get all the rods out of the way. And then it rotates towards the side of the outside side of the door to remove it. I swear it comes out. There it goes. So I'm going to lock it. It's kind of stuck now because of that broken plastic in there. That does not want to move. Yeah, it's gummed up inside. Yeah, see it? That's the problem, is the plastic is broken up inside the latch and it's hanging up, not allowing it to unlock. So I'm gonna actually cut that out and see if we can save this latch, because I don't know if we have a driver's latch. We use them a lot. All right, where's my razor to make it easy? There we go. Put it down and not hold it in my hand because I don't feel like slipping and cutting my hand today. Yeah, you can see it's all just chewed up inside there. I mean, probably the best thing to do is to replace the latch. Again, I'm not sure I even have one in stock right now, because when we do, they sell really fast. So I'm going to have to try and make do and get that plastic stuff out of the way on this latch. If we're lucky, that'll be enough to make it work. Look at that. Nice.
Working now?
Yeah, okay. See it opened?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a simple fix. It's not the best fix, but it's a fix that works. There's some dirt in there too. Voila! We have a usable latch. Okay, let's put that baby back in there. Come on. Just put it on there. Wipe all the gunk off my hands. I don't need to put it on my tools any more than it already is. Okay, so we got our T30. Go back to install it. Try not to over tighten those and snap them off inside the latch, because then you will need a new latch. Okay, so now I'm going to put everything back in place. We have, well, that rod's not even connected, but we have the rod that goes to the outside latch is this long one. It runs down through a little bracket inside and runs up to your latch on the outside. So this one you want to push up as far as you can get it, so that when you start to pull the outside latch, it actually works. If you have any play in this, it may not open. Okay, that's in place. Then we have the upper door rod, which I'm going to leave out because I have to replace this latch later on. And then we have the lock rod as well, which I'm also going to leave loose, because if you install these onto the latch and go to put the inside door handle or latch, some people call it, in here, it's very difficult to put the rods into that plastic mechanism, and it's very easy to break those If they're loose, you have a lot more room to work with. So now the latch is back in. Let's lock the door, right? And let's try our outside latch. I think my lock is actuated. There it goes. Nice. Okay, one issue taken care of. And I'll do, I'll put the door lock connecting rod back in because I know we have the keys to this door. All right, so on to this. It's very easy when you're fixing a door to spend 2-3 hours on one door to get everything to work right. A lot of people don't realize that. And, you know, we sell a lot on eBay. And on eBay, we really don't get questioned. Doors are a lot of money, plus we're shipping them freight, which costs a lot as well. And but locally, people think they can buy good doors for nothing. And because Pete and his pickup, Joe Blow in his garage is selling doors that they haven't fixed, they haven't opened up, they haven't done anything. They have no idea what's going on. They're rotted on the bottoms lots of times. They're rotted on the rail around the window right through, which is almost impossible to fix and have not rot out again. And they think, oh, I can get a set of doors for $300. Okay, no one did anything to them, you know. So how much time and money do you want to spend fixing your cheap deal you got? Most of the time, people end up spending a lot more than just buying them done correctly to start with. So you know that's what we're doing here. So this, I have to get a driver's side inside latch, which we don't even have them used because so many of them come in broken. So I have brand new ones that I bought from Dorman, I think, on Amazon. They're cheap. They're like $15 each. So let me get that out of my stash of door parts here. And those are handles. Have one.
Really? No fun now.
No kidding. I think that might be one.
I'm the boss right now.
You like that? Let me get a light. It's blind in my cave under here. Lots of new parts. I just don't know where the parts are that I need.
Say hi, Tyler.
Oh, I do have one used one. That's a miracle. It's not broken. Okay. Voila. So with these, you can see you have these little retaining clips that the rods that run from this area go down to the door latch itself. And so this is the fun part, getting these in here and getting it into place and not breaking anything. So we know that that is the lock. So that's the top, that's the lock. So what I do, I tried so many different ways to do this, is I like to pull them out a little bit so I have room to work with. Because it is possible to get inside here and do it. It's very difficult and you tend to cut up your hands a lot doing it, which is fine. It is a Jeep, but if we don't have to do that, it's kind of stupid to do it. So I'm gonna catch, oh, I'm missing one of the retaining clips here. I just happen to know where there are some. Maybe. In my massive door part collection area. Voila. Sometimes it's easy. So I'll do the bottom one first. Because once I do the top one. I can't really get to the bottom one.
How do you know what is what?
So I know just from looking at the connection over here, this is a threaded rod that's going to go up in there. So that is the door latch mechanism. So that's the lower one, because this is the door latch portion right here, and that's the lock.
Okay.
So get myself some leeway here.
Change the side.
There, got it. And then we'll catch this top one. This is the tricky part, is it. Sometimes these aftermarket little retaining clips are the wrong size when you buy them. And this one is not. That's actually an original. And boom, look, it's all hooked up. So now, making sure the rods go to the area where they should in here, I'm going to slide this in. And I'm going to put the screw in there to hold that in place. I should have the correct screw in my, yeah, that'll be over there, because it didn't have one in it when we got it. So I'm going to take some out of my stash of parts. I'm going to get my bigger light because there's a cave under here. You never have enough Jeep parts. That should be it right there. I think that's a T20. I think that's a little bigger. Yeah, of course it is. Voila. And you want to be very careful here not to over tighten, because it's very easy to break this plastic mechanism. This is an original one from 25 plus years ago. And if you over tighten it, it will snap around the hole and then it'll never be tightened there. So now that we have it in place, I can put the lock into the retaining clip. Just get the retaining clip to the right position. There we go. I need to pull it out a little bit. It's very tight in there. Come on. Voila. So then, boom, I put the clip back on. Wow, awesome. And then this threaded rod portion goes up into this little retaining piece right here. And again, you want to make sure that's tight. Yeah, let me get a light in there because I might need to apply a bit more force. There you go. See it? Right there? Mm-hmm. This threaded rod goes up into that. I swear it does. All right, I'm going to pry on that a little bit. Get it to pop into place. Yes, that's the sound we want. So check it out. Let's lock the door. This is the lock. Oh, it's locked. So we unlock it. All right. It works. Check the outside one again. Wow, this door went very well. They usually don't cooperate this much. So the latches are good. Life is good. Putting it back together is just a reverse, which is kind of funny to say because a lot of people won't even remember what they did.
What is this plastic for?
This is to keep the moisture out. It's like a vapor barrier. But the vapor still gets in. It gets in through all the holes around the door, the latch, down through here. You know, it's their attempt at keeping moisture out of the doors, because every part of a Jeep made of metal likes to rot from inside out. So by the time you see it, you're already screwed. So this goes here. Let me take these short, fat black screws. I just put them in place to start. Take a Phillips head on this again. Tighten them, don't break them. A little snug. The torque rating on these is just 3/4 of an UGA. It's not an UGA, it's 3/4 of one UGA.
What is UGA?
Each one of those is an UGA. And then we'll put our little threaded clip piece. I'm going to try and bend it so it stays on a little better. A little threaded, yep, see, there it goes. Put that back in there, hopefully it stays. And then we should be ready to put the panel back on. Oh, I got to fix the back of the panel. Put some of the little clips that hold it to the door in. You can see there's some broken one, and we're missing a couple. Original ones are very hard to come by. I actually found some aftermarket ones that fit. It took me 3 or 4 tries of buying junk to get them. And I have a nice like interior part tool that I love to use when stuff's really stubborn. I have the big one. These are great for removing broken clips too, not just removing the panels. Snapped right off. Make sure they actually fit these and will come out. Yeah, because some of them, yeah, see, those are really good ones. Some of them, once you put them in, they don't want to come out at all. Just lost some tools. Get in there. These are actually pins that were made for YJ and CJ, like inside panels, so we don't need that piece on there. Voila. Okay, and we need 1, 2 more. Cat-like reflexes. Do it. Tricky part is getting it back down inside this window channel, because you can see you have this piece that sticks down. It's part of the actual panel, and then it's the window gasket as well. And over years and years, these like to kind of warp in, so they fight you to go back in. See? Sometimes they need a little love.
Don't fart. Oh, you're gonna break it.
No, I'm gonna push up inside and try to push the piece out that's coming in where I don't want it to come in. then just snap your, if you did it right, they'll just pop right back in place. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to secure this first. No, that's a 20. I need the 15. It missed it. Unless it's stripped out. No, it's solid. Let's try this one. There we go. Pull the door on the floor. And then put all these little guys back in. They require very little force to tighten. You don't want to strip out the inside of the door. There's just like plastic pieces inside the screw goes into. Oh, looks like, all right, we'll dig one out. Oh, there it is. So now the little bit tricky part is this pin again, this clip I should say. This clip on here, the trick is put it on the actual handle and not shoot it across the room. Wow, amazing. And then that goes next. And then that's the inside piece. And then you simply push it on. Voila! We have a door, a TJ door, all fixed. Turn it. Turn it. Do it like you mean it. Very nice.
All right.
Yep. Uh-oh. I got to go back in.
Oh.
I think the pin popped off.
Oh.
Okay. So the door latch works. I think it popped off right here. That's, you know. So anyway, the door latches work. That was our first goal. You can't lock the Jeep, but no one keeps anything valuable in a Jeep anyway. So we'll deal with this later on. And the window goes up and down. So that's it for today. That is...
Stick with crushed yogurt and you will learn a lot of nice stuff. Funny stuff.
Take care, folks.
Bye.